And I'm back. I'll try not to touch anything. I don't know what happened there. Suddenly went offline. Very hot and sweaty experience, having gone to the bank to get some cash and having had to go to a different bank because the hole in the wall I went to apparently didn't seem to have any money. Bit of a concern. So I went and had a little potter, and it was a very hot little potter, and I sort of half wished I hadn't, but I did get some bits. So I'll show them anyway. Obviously, people are out and about doing things, and you might want to watch this back later. That's fair enough. What did I spend? I'm trying to do something without actually touching anything. That's going to upset the computer. Okay, in one shop I spent £9.50. And in another shop I spent £12.40. So we're talking around the £20 mark on everything I've got here today. I've muddled them up a bit because I was sorting them out. Vintage dresses. Oh, hello, Sarah. First one in, only one in. I thought I was talking to myself there. Nice to see you. Is that a ginger pussycat I can see as your logo? How lovely. Always happy with a cat. This is a vintage label. I quite like this one. Cockney Rebel. Hello, Claire. I have a clear count of 1. I'm doing well, aren't I? Yeah, this is a Cockney Rebel dress. This particular shop I go to has decent prices on things. It is a wrap dress with a button at the waist. Very 80s style. I'm not buying so many summer things now because I'm scheduled up for pretty much what remains of the summer. So if I get anything somewhere, I need to put it on real fast. And then really I'm looking at autumn, which is 5 weeks away, 6 weeks away, I don't know. So yeah, getting my head around a possible change in seasons, which isn't easy when you're cooking in a shop. I've got sweat rolling down my face. I've got my mask on. I'm struggling to breathe and I feel like I'm going to pass out. But when you're there, aren't you? You've got a mission on. Hello, Bumblebee. Yes, can someone turn the heating down, please? Yeah, it's quite, I think it's supposed to be about 33 degrees out there at the moment, but it's got more humidity in it. Oh, hi, Josh. Yeah, I had a no sale day yesterday. I haven't had that. I sort of looked back and thought I usually get maybe 1 no sale day a month. I can kind of live with that, I suppose, if the other days are good. But I've got 1,700 plus listings. So what the heck? Oh, the ginger puss is George, the light of your life. Oh, you're all crazy cat ladies. I've got 2 of mine. But I'm not too crazy about the big fat furry fluffy one trying to have me a lap on me in this weather. He's far too hot. So I thought that was quite a nice, well, it's a retro sort of pattern, but it's dark florals, which I think are still on trend. So it's vintage, and I do like a vintage dress. I'm just thinking, where shall I put these? I've got a stack of things behind me that mercifully you can't see, and it's all the bagging up and labelling of stuff I've got to take to my garage. I've literally got about 5 IKEA bags out there ready to go because I tend to do them all in one fell swoop, just because it's a bit more time efficient. And I've been scheduling my listings because I'm going away for a little bit and I wanted to have it all taken care of, really. So that was £3, that dress. Should tell you these things, shouldn't I? This was £2.90. This isn't actually a dress, it's a shirt, but it's one of those mad. It's just mad, isn't it, really? And people quite like a mad shirt. It's a blouse. It's ladies. It's a big old size, though. It's oversized. And it's, I think most people know about this label because if you get one of the 70s sort of hippie dresses, they're worth quite a lot. But this isn't. But fool. The 70s made in India cotton dresses are lovely. This is made in India, but it's viscose. But nonetheless, for £2.90. It's probably a bit, I wouldn't want to pay any more than that for something like this, but I thought it was crazy enough and someone would enjoy that. I tend to buy things if I like them. I think I can see someone wearing them. Hello, Sue. How are you? Is it hot up where you are, or have you got cooler weather there? I know it varies a bit. Oh, my lucky neighbours are just taking off in their camper van. They've got a driveway to put one on, you see. We haven't. I bet they're going somewhere ever so nice. Envious. But very envious. There's another vintage dress. This was £3 and it's the old St Michael's, Marks and Spencer's, which is an 80s possibly early 90s, but I think this is more likely to be an 80s one. It's the ubiquitous tea dress, button down the front, dark floral design. Still got its shoulder pads in. And they don't appear to have completely disintegrated. They seem, because sometimes they do, don't they? The stuff inside just fades away to nothing. And the slightly puffy sleeve. And the puffy sleeve, I think, of most people out there who have anything to do with clothes, is a bit of a thing this year. 27 here, but 30 tomorrow. It's going to be a hot booty, isn't it? Yours is out fairly early in the morning, unless you're doing more than one, though, isn't it, Josh? I did enjoy the boot down at yours, though. It was fun. I've been bitten by something. Something insecty has attacked my finger. I don't make much of a meal for an insect, though, I don't think. Nothing to see here. Yeah, I don't know what it's supposed to be tomorrow. Let me have a look. What's it telling me it is? I'm a bit hot and sweaty in here, but that's just because I've sat down with all my stuff. Oh, it's telling me it's 32 degrees at the moment. Is it 32? 32. 34 feels like 33. So it's somewhere there. There we go. That's what it's telling me. And tomorrow, Sunday, it's meant to be, we're supposed to be getting thunderstorms later. 34 again tomorrow. But with a possibility, no possibility of rain. It's the night time though. It's been hot at night that does me. We literally have the fan on all night. Nicer there. 31 for you, Bumble. Yeah. Yes, Treyanda Hyde. Well, my boot sale, the one that I'm going to tomorrow, is actually the one that doesn't start until sort of mid-morning. So, yeah, I'm going to just take a lot of water with me, and I'm going to try and get around fast and get home quick. It's only about 20 minutes drive from where I live. Now Andrea's doing one of her jumble trails today. And she told me about one that's, I think she was thinking it was nearer me than it is. It's actually about an hour and a quarter drive. And it's like, that's a long way. That's a lot of petrol. Unless you're very sure you're going to fill your boots. So, yeah. Oh, you had rain. We had a tiny bit of rain last night, apparently. So hubby told me. I was asleep. I missed it. But we're due, I think it's meant to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, to get all the thunderstorms. That's what I'm thinking anyway. How's it supposed to go? Yeah, thunderstorms are supposed to kick in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Definitely Thursday. But it doesn't really go down into the 20s until Thursday for us here. So it's a bit of a hot one. Right, I did say it was a mini haul. Oh, this is the last of the clothing. I picked this up because I rather liked it, although the thought of me wearing silk and throwing something down it, which is my usual thing, it was red. I like red. Your poor neck. Yes, you have to look after your neck. This is like a layered mini dress, and it's phase 8, and they make quite nice quality silk dresses. I did pay £4 for that. It's a large, and I thought I might have it. But if I don't, if I put it on and go, no way, then I'll sell it and I'll still make some money on it. So, what else did I find? Well, these were fine, but I don't think I knew what they had here. Apparently the retail price was £69. Sea salt clogs. They're not new, but they're pretty damn nearly. I reckon someone wore them once and didn't get on with them. They don't have sea salt written all over them, but you'll know because they've got an anchor in the footbed. Yes, an anchor. And they're real cloggy style. They're sort of hard wood. They are actually wood, they're not plastic. So I'd find those very uncomfortable to wear. And they look tiny, but they are actually a 5 in a rather fetching shade of slightly greenier blue than you're getting on the screen. I know sea salt can be a bit up and down, but it still moves for me. Oh, hello, Carol. How are you? I've got that right, haven't I? Every time I think about that, I'm like, yeah, it is Carol Reeves, Christine. Oh, hi, Lex. It's a very, very brief haul. It was a bit of a case of, I may as well, seeing as I'm here. I'm still sweaty. Luckily, the StreamYard doesn't come with smell-o-vision, so I'm probably going to have a very cold shower soon. So a couple of vintage dresses. Lex, that was more of it, really. I did like these though. For £1.50. Let's take the stick off. There's 6 of them. They're the coasters. But look what they've got on. There we go. A pentacle. That's a pentacle rather than a pentagram, I think. Was it a pentagram? Anyway, it's one way around or the other. This hasn't got the circle around it, but it's still very Wiccan-y, very pagan-y. And the lady who runs this shop wears a lovely big pentacle. So this is a pentagram then, isn't it? She wears a lovely big pentacle, so I know she's one of us. I'm surprised she didn't snap these up, to be honest, but they're really thin. I mean, they're like very lightweight wood, and if you actually got a ring mark on there, you'd be quite upset, I think, from a drink. But they're not going to make me much money. I paid £1.50 for them, but just because they were so sweet, and I liked them, not because I think they're going to make me a whole heap of money, but there's got to be a tenner in them. A lunch break. Are you listing today, Lexlicious? Are you actually? Are you being busy? You said you were going to have a listing time, didn't you? I think I fired you up on that one. Sorry, rustly bag. The rest is jewellery. There's not a lot of it. There were just some bits, but it's less hard work browsing the jewellery, isn't it? Got one piece that I know isn't silver, but I quite like the design of it. It's one of these little chains that's all twisty. It's a flat chain that basically twists up when you wear it. That might have been a bit of an error. I was hoping I might test it, but I don't think it is. Slightly the wrong colour. I'm getting better at that. And the rest are sort of beads, really. How much did I pay for those? I might have paid £1. Oh, these were $1.25. They're glass pearl beads, but I loved the clasp on this. I thought that was so sweet. Lovely box clasp. There wasn't a brand on this. Can't believe that people spend the time and trouble to make these things so nicely and then don't put a name on them. No, that's not a name. That's just a scrape mark. Nice, but even the back of it, that's probably the logo of whoever made it, I'm guessing. But I don't recognise it. I just thought it was charming and nice. You're having a break to make a change from having a rest, Sue. I like that. That's a good way of putting things. Oh, hello, Caroline. How are you? I am showing a bit of jewellery today, but I can't get that back in now. So just me being clumsy. There we go. I did like that. That's so fetching as a clasp. Like I say, I'm just kind of getting my treasure chest full of jewellery, just in case I need to fall back on them. Oh, hang on. There's some scores. I've missed something. Let me go back. Right. Okay. These don't look comfortable at all. That was the shoes I'm taking. No. You see, when you get shoes like this that have no bend, I always think they must be quite difficult to walk in. I'm assuming the person who paid £69 for them and wore them the once obviously came to the same conclusion. But yeah, I mean, I didn't even realise that Cecil did shoes, but they're quite cute. And I think they cost me £3, which I was quite surprised at, because normally this place doesn't do their shoes cheap. I don't think they recognise the little anchor logo. So I was quite happy about that. So Lex has done 25 so far. Well, there we go. Our winner for today is Madam Lex. Oh dear, competition. Yeah, well, as I was saying yesterday, I draft up huge rafts. I mean, over 100 listings, but I mean, it's taken me, like over a week to do all of those. I match all the pictures up, and then I go in and tinker with them all, and I'm sort of prioritising anything summery, so that goes on soonest, because summer being what it is, it's not going to last forever, although it feels like it today. And my key, I do vast tracts of things, but then I'll schedule them all so that I'm scheduled practically up to September, and then I can sort of chill out and relax a little bit. Well, that's the thinking anyway. Doesn't always work that way. So I don't think I list more than anybody else. I just think I do it in a slightly different way and do it in big job lots. Hello, Bronwyn. 70 eBay listings and 10 Etsy ones. Do the Etsy ones take you longer than eBay? Is that because it's something different, or are you now getting the hang of it? I'm still eyeing up Etsy. I still have, I've got my nice things that I will put on there, but they're probably, in reality, I'm probably not going to be putting things on Etsy until the autumn. I just find doing clothes so easy, and it's what I know, and it's my bread and butter. Apart from yesterday when I sold Sod All, sweet Fanny Adams. But I'm kind of used to the fact that will happen every now and again. That is just the nature of eBay. Now this was rather nice. This is Napier. Oops, got caught tangled up with something else. There we go, very nautical. These are plastic beads. There's a nice clasp on it. There we go. And it does actually say Napier on there. It's one of these little sort of boxy type clasps. Hook clasps, there we go. I thought that was quite nice. That was 50p, you see. There's no rhyme or reason for the way they price things. It's hilarious. And this one was also 50p. Again, it's resin. It's resin. I don't think it's glass. No, I don't think it's not cool enough. But it had another nice little boxy clasp again, which is nice and secure. Was that 50p? Yeah, it was. Just nice little vintage style. I do like vintage style stuff. I've got to admit, I am drawn to it. And this fascinated me. It's got a bit of wear on the clasp. It says Hong Kong, so that tells me definitely vintage. But these are very weird and wonderful beads. Let's try and actually show you. They are resin. They're definitely not a stone. With little yellow sort of beads dividing them up. But I just thought that was quite weird and wonderful. Flapper length or twice round. Yeah, just a nice little selection of bitsies, really. Not super cheap because charity shops aren't, but I suppose I just like going and having a pick, although I did think I was going to pass out in there. Etsy takes a little longer. Yeah, it's like anything, isn't it? You get used to your comfort zone, and then doing something slightly outside of it on a different platform is going to be more interesting to do. Oh gosh, some items I get anxious about listing. Yes, I've got some things that I will research, and I don't get anywhere, so I kind of stick it to one side and go, I'll come back to that. Snake bangles, yeah. I'd love a snake bangle, they're amazing. That's the thing though, you do get nervous about putting stuff up because there's so many things that can go a bit amiss, and you don't want someone picking holes in it or for there to be a problem. Yeah, very high value items. I tend to take a lot longer to list them. Wow, Bonwin. A cashmere jumper that's worth £500 retail. Wow, that must be an amazing brand. That must be a very amazing brand. I mean, again, it's difficult if others haven't sold in from the same brand, but if, you know, aim high, see what you get. You know, you can always bring it down if you want to. I've got the most amazing dress on eBay at the moment, and it's Bottega Veneta. I butchered that, I'm sure. Bottega Veneta, and it's a grey silk. It's a goddess dress, and it's all it's amazing. It's all sort of bodiced, and the thing is, grey is not my colour. Well, it is my hair colour, but it's not. Doesn't suit me. And it is a fantastic dress, and it probably would fit me, but it's really boned and beautifully made, and it actually has its tags. Wow. Yeah, so I mean, I did put it up for auction, and I've got it on Buy It Now actually for very cheap money compared to what it is worth. But I just don't want it hanging about, you know. Vintage gold with rubies. This is the snake bracelet, so it's got little ruby eyes, valued at over £1,000. Yeah, I mean that's an Etsy, isn't it? Probably rather than an eBay. I don't know. I mean, yeah, difficult. The dress is amazing. I think at the moment I've now got it scheduled to go back on again, possibly this Sunday because I wanted to get it on. So it might not be on my listings at the moment, but yeah, it's beautiful, and it was thousands new. I know it was, and it is new, and it's not out of style. There's nothing that you could say, oh, that's so 90s or so last year. It really isn't. Oh yes, Craig. Hello, Craig. Why don't you take it to an actual auction house, Lex? Have you actually had it valued, I suppose, is the thing too. Well, you've had it valued clearly, so yeah, stuff like that, it's different, isn't it? And you've got to be very careful. But wow, amazing that you came. Where did you find it? Where did you find this amazing snake bangle with the ruby eyes? I'm intrigued. I bet it was quite refined. Sorry, I'm sitting there sweating quite copiously, which is not attractive in any way, shape or form. Yeah, that's the problem, is you can lose so much, can't you, with the seller's premiums and things. A bag of stuff for 15. Oh wow, go you, Lex. Brilliant. Fantastic. Wow. I bet you nearly spat your coffee out when you found that. Yeah, difficult, very difficult. No returns with the auction house legs. True, that is true. But yeah, it's just the sheer amount of money they cream off it. But then I suppose eBay would take a massive amount of fees as well. So perhaps, yeah, worth considering very carefully. Oh, excuse me, that's just my phone. I wonder if I've actually made a sale today, because I'm seriously worrying now. I think they've switched me off. They've switched me off. No, whatever that is, it's not a sale. So, yeah, I think when you're dealing with something of that amount of money, it's a whole different ballgame, isn't it? It's quite anxious. I suppose you could try an auction for it, but then you'd want to get a high amount, wouldn't you? Can't advise you there. Hello, R.S. Harris. Sorry, should have said hello to you. I'm still geeking out over Lex's amazing find. Might be worth asking, because if an auction house, if it really is that valuable, and the bids would go very high, so even if they took their commission, you might still get more money than if you did it some other way. I don't know, but best of luck with that, because that's amazing. Well, thank you, French Fancies. Yes, the grey is very much coming through. It's because my hair is really nearly black naturally, rather than this brown, but black looks very harsh. And it's kind of like, yeah, you can see it's all darker there. It'll look good once it actually comes through. My real hair is in far better condition than my dyed hair. But in this hot weather, it's all a bit much. But I'm quite enjoying it now. This is probably, how many months growth? Yeah, I'm wondering now. I think I sort of stopped towards the end of last year. So yeah, it's about 6 months growth. But then it's more underneath, because I think I dyed it on top, and underneath is longer. My hair grows quite quickly, it has to be said. But you can see how dark it is. It's only, sorry, I'm peering at myself here, but it's only when I don't tend to look otherwise. It's a very, very strange colour, but I do like it. It was funny, somebody said it looked like I'd been to a hairdresser and had something very expensive done with it. And I'm thinking, no, this is just benign neglect. This is what happens when you do nothing. You would have to put a good reserve on it. Oh, Rebecca, hello. I will try and remember that. I am really appalling at names. I mean, just genuinely, never mind with the intricacies of everybody's various handles and things. It's so hot though. I mean, at the moment, if I should just put it up, but I tend to have my hair down when I go out because I don't want a burnt neck. It tends to protect me around here. I can hide behind it. I realise how tired I'm looking today. Don't think I slept that well last night. I wanted to sleep outside. I was all for just laying out and just sleeping outside. But I'm glad I didn't, because apparently it went Bridget Bardot now, yeah. It's different. It's intrigued me. It's not what I expected. I thought my hair would just be white, because that's what it seemed to be. When you get the stripe come through, you think it's going to be all white. But yeah, it's much more complicated than that. It's quite fun. There you go, there's a big long streak of it going down there. In my brown colour, in my very dark brown. Oh, hello, Kate Ross. Hello. First time saying hello. Well, very brave of you. There's not so many of us in here. We're not too scary. 40 degrees there. Where? Oh, of course you are in France, aren't you? With a name like French Fancies, I remember now. Menopause all over it. Oh, yeah. This isn't a hot flush. This is weather. I never really had much bother with that, to be perfectly fair. Yeah, absolutely, 800 in your account is better than 1,000 in the valley. Well, yes, and it all goes towards the fund, does it not, Lex? It'll really boost your fund. Oh, hello, Lainey. How are you doing? I hope it's not too hot up where you are. I don't think it is quite so bad, is it? Because that would be very uncomfortable. We're all cooking slightly in the south of this land. We're all baking. I mean, it literally came to the point was when we got up this morning, I had to say, right, you've got to shut all the windows and all the curtains in the bedroom and shut the door so the cat can't get in. Yes, the tit fund, yes. That's what I wanted to say and stop myself. You tits. Yeah. Oh dear. Yes, it would certainly boost that fund. wouldn't it? That would boost it remarkably. Good to get that done, sold, and put in the account. I'm slowly getting used to the fact that I have to spend money on my Starling account rather than using the account I used to when I'm buying things. And when I'm buying my postage, it goes through PayPal, but then PayPal takes the money out of my Starling account. So hopefully I'm going to get used to it all. I'm looking forward to another payday on Tuesday. And then I think things will settle down a bit. It was a bit of a jolt getting used to that week when it felt like I had no money. And it was all a bit squeaky bum moment, but it's all right. 18 degrees. Oh, that's positively chilly. I remember one year, I think it was 2015, when we had a kind of a witchy summer camp, is the only way I should phrase it. But it was actually somewhere in Scotland. And it was incredibly hot down here, but I had to take clothes for it to be cooler. And it was just really weird. It was like travelling through time zones and season zones, working my way up north. And being on the train all the way through to, I think I went to Edinburgh and then had to go on from there. And it suddenly got greener and greener and colder and colder. And I had to put more layers on. It was very weird. And then when I came back, it was still hot. So I had to I'd started travelling with sort of big DMs on and velvet coat and scarves. And then by the time I got back, I was absolutely boiled. It's going to snow in the morning. No, where are you, Bronwyn? Where the hell are you that it's going to snow? That's impossible. I like snow, but only in its proper time and place. That's definitely. Oh, Lord. Well, I've witted on at you for half an hour, and I literally only showed you about a dozen things. It's a very, very mean, small haul. I'm hoping I'll get some more tomorrow at the boot fair, if I can face going, if it's not too hot. But I would like to stock up a bit to get my piles of shame, as we used to call them, but now we call them money piles. My little cushion nicely stocked up. So I'm hoping to do that tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to find or who's going to be up there. But because I'm going away, over weekends, I'm going to miss a boot sale during August. And I just want to make sure I've got a nice little cushion of stuff, because I don't like being without now, not after these last few months. It's not comfortable not having some overstock and something to fall back on. Highlands, New South Wales. Oh wow, yeah, of course it's it's winter for you, isn't it? Winter coming into spring. Yeah, it's the humidity that's the thing. You're wearing practically nothing. Okay. To be fair, that's not a bad idea. It's why I like wearing linen, because it's one of the few things that sort of seems to be all right in this weather. But yeah, I'd be wearing nothing at all if I wasn't on telly. I tell you, it's like, oh man, it's the humidity level. We've got all these sort of clouds coming over, and last night was just there. What can I say? Back to work then. Yes, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to bag up, and I've got some repairs to do, and I might take those outside later this evening when it cools down a bit, and do a few repairs on things, because I always end up with a pile of repairs that need something doing. And me on the train. Yes, well, me on the train. I was still wearing clothes, but not as many as I'd started off. But for decency's sake, and not to frighten small children and animals. Bedtime. Oh gosh, yes, it's way past your bedtime, Bronwyn. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Bronwyn. It's lovely to see you, and happy hunting, all of you, wherever you're going, wherever you're seeking your treasures. Go out and find it, and I will see you all soon, probably next Cellar Ladies, if not before. So take care, everyone. Thank you for joining, and I'm going to say tutty bye now. Here we go. Bye-bye now. Or could we?